My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Into the Breach. We're going to try and perfect all 4 islands here with our squad. So let's go to the Pinnacle Robotics. This is going to be probably a little rougher than many others might have been. Especially because of the webbing that the vet can put on me right now. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about all that. Ooh, but there are some missions here. Freeze and defend both robots seems really good to me as well. I'd like to do that. Protect the robotics lab, break 5 buildings out of ice, take less than 3 damage, and defend the robots. All right, we're going to go with this one. So I've got to freeze these units and defend them. So I've got to be freezing them with the freeze tank. So I'm probably going to do all of my aggression down here and all of my control up here, which means we should have our hook mech come up here, because then I can hook the freeze tank to a position where it can start freezing, right? Unfortunately, yes, pod. Unfortunately, it does look like we're gonna have a rough time here. Simply courtesy of the fact that if I want to kill an enemy, a lot of the time it looks like I'm gonna have to start killing my friends. So I can freeze one right now. But then the problem is this one is actually attacking directly upwards, and there's, like, very little I can do about that. Actually, I can have Camilla come over and bomb the Alpha Bestie. That moves the laser mech over. Which is good, because you're only attacking the one space in front of you. And then I'll already have the artillery mech frozen. That's good, that's good. I also have the ability to just displace this artillery mech by like 1 row and we're fine. This does seem the best for me right now. I'd really love to be able to kill this Shell Scion, but there's nothing I can do about you right now. Super lame. Oh, of course, it's a laser! It was just stopping in a building. Alright, thankfully that doesn't really matter. Alright, freeze and defend a robot. You should come down here so you can get into the middle of the field and then you can freeze. My concern is I can't do anything about this alpha. What if Prospero moves over, pushes the Shell Scion over as well? If I kill a Shell Scion at the same time as I kill an Alpha Beetle, will the Alpha Beetle have armor? That is a weird interaction that I don't know the effect of. Okay, Shell Scion into... Hang on. Someone's got to have mentioned this. Into the breach. I don't want to have to reset my turn just to check this out. Usually better to kill it as soon as you can. Able to encounter... Alright, well that's no help, unfortunately. It doesn't actually say much on the Into the Breach wiki. And also it seems to be entirely uninterested in letting me back out of that page. Shell Scion Into the Breach Armored. This mean your charge mechanism? No. No. Alright, unfortunately it doesn't look like I can find that information very quickly, at the very least anywhere on the internet. So, as a result, I think I'm actually going to have to sacrifice my reset turn just to figure out how to do this. Or rather, if it's possible. So... I'm going to be sacrificing my turn anyway, but it looks like I screwed up in such a way that it looks like I'm going to kill my own laser mech, which is not good. So let's see if this would have worked. It wouldn't. It still would have been defended, so I was going to have to reset that anyway. can have Prospero move over here and then bump, pushing this artillery mech down. But I was probably just going to body block. Oh, I can't body block an Alpha Beetle. That Shell Scion's actually causing us a lot of trouble right now. And right now is the first turn, so yikes. I have an option, which is do the same thing I did before, and then have Prospero leap where the laser mech is currently standing, which does 1 damage to the Shell Scion and pushes the Alpha Beetle 1 space out. But then the Alpha Beetle would be attacking my time pod. So at that rate, I would need to collect my own time pod and then take 4 damage to the Alpha Beetle. Which is not ideal. And I also wouldn't even be able to attack it because it would then unfreeze the artillery mech or kill the artillery mech. What about my Vice Fist? Does that help me at all? Not really in any sort of position to pull anything. I can pull that artillery mech so that it's not really targeting anything, but that's not really helpful. This is really rough. This is extremely rough. This is not a turn that favors simplicity. So what about having Prospero come over here and then push you up and then push you across, right? Is there any way that our freeze tank would be able to reach laser mech? No, not at all. This is a really garbage opening turn. Okay. So what about Prospero? Prospero comes over and leaps down. Camilla gets into the field. Pushes you out of position. Yep, this is just a really crummy opening turn for us. I don't know if there is a way for me to have done this without taking any damage to any of my buildings. But I can tell you there's no way that I could have done it without taking any damage to my buildings. Take a smarter man than I to figure that one out. That's a cliched turn of phrase. Of course, what I mean is a smarter person than I. Alright, so unfortunately we look like... it looks like, rather, this Alpha Beetle really wants to free its friend. So I can kill... and then I can freeze. But dealing with these two up here is really god-awful garbage. I can actually just dodge the laser mech this turn, which means I would be able to free up my attack to go against something else. I could even freeze my own building here to protect it. It's probably a good idea. I do need to prevent whatever this Alpha Beetle's trying to do. Or rather, what I know it's trying to do. What other choices could I make? Prospero has the ability to push the Alpha Hornet out of position. It does attack, however, after the Alpha Beetle. So it attacking the Alpha Beetle for, what, 2 damage? Yeah, isn't really going to help us. Is there any other interesting nuance in this attack order? Well, the laser mech does attack before the Alpha Beetle, so there's theoretically a possibility of linking those up. That's not good, though. That's not a good action. What I can do is I can have Camilla knock this Alpha Beetle out of the direction of hitting. And then I can still chain through them with Henry. The problem then just becomes, how do I deal with this Alpha Hornet? Right? Because I do need to stop this charge. Otherwise, I'm not going to be freezing and defending both enemies. Both things. I have the option to have Prospero come up here. Knocks here. That moves the Alpha Hornet out of position and moves the Alpha Beetle, like at the very least, out of position of hitting the robotics lab. The thing is, if I use any, like, if I use my lightning... Oh, no, I can stand here and then throw you over. I actually do have an option for killing the Alpha Beetle with my lightning mech. Actually, I've just formulated a turn that protects against all. Okay. Henry goes over here, throws you over. I also get to block a spawn. Then Prospero jumps up and you boost to here. You have Camilla move 1 space up. We are going to freeze that robot, by the way. Then push them aside. So this is going to give me the flexibility to start freezing units that aren't the robots. Perfect. That's a fine turn that doesn't really do super much negative to me. So I actually think I want to freeze up here because this Alpha Beetle is just going to be really, like, there's so many actions that I would have to do to deal with it. Let's think about that as our main course of action. So if that happens, then Camilla can come down. Yeah. Yeah, all right. We've got this turn. Prospero comes over here and leaps. That chains these enemies together. Can I block a spawn and attack the mount? No, I can't. That's unfortunate. Now, you would be attacking in the right direction to make me a sad dude, but I am... going to murder you first. Alright, so we have 2 spawns this turn. But I can just freeze one of them. Probably that one. Alternatively, I have the option to do my shot and then just refreeze. Beautiful. And just 1 frozen beetle leader. I did take 2 building damage there, but I had difficulty figuring that one out. I have already taken damage against building in this run, so if there's some achievement for having no building damage taken, I haven't lost it just there. I didn't have it before. Right, reactor core. We got 2 there. That's a great pickup for us. Good gosh, damn. I'm actually running out of things to give reactors to. An extra movement on Prospero wouldn't be bad, but it's also not necessary. I might wait for it and then just put it into the Vice Fist. Sidewinder is interesting, but Sidewinder can be 4 damage by itself. I'll keep the Vice Fist for the moment, but I'll keep that in mind. I'm also not going to be using the reactor cores yet. Defend the robots is also going to be really, really hard for us. Because they would chain, right? That said, they're also going to be freezing my enemies. And I've got a lot of position play, so I can actually force the mines that they drop to freeze my enemies. All right, we go with that. Okay. I'm going to start over here. Probably 1 space back, actually. Okay. Another time pod? What is my life? It's not good. That enemy being frozen is actually good for my opponents. Like, really good for them, in fact. Because the Shell Scion still grants its bonus, but now I can't hit it. And also, I can't use my shock against any of those. That's super shitty that this Shell Scion got frozen there. That is really, really shitty. I can have that Alpha Crab frozen by coming down here and launching a rock onto the Shell Scion. That also breaks the Shell Scion out, pushes the Alpha Crab down. And it also pushes the mine bot up so I can get it safer. The problem is then this Alpha Leaper is going to kill that mine bot unless I do another action after that to protect it. But then this Alpha Beetle is also going to kill this civilian building. And Prospero can only really protect against 1. So Prospero protecting here would be coming across and pulling the Alpha Leaper 1 space up. Prospero protecting over here would be coming over to here and then boostering down to the bottom line, pushing the Alpha Beetle up. I can't deal with that Alpha Leader yet, though. Okay, what if I move 1 space back here? Then I do the movement to knock the Minebot up 1 space and the Alpha Crab down 1 space. Then Prospero leaps to where the Alpha Crab currently is, which knocks the Alpha Leaper out of position. Alternatively, I could freeze one of the mine bots. That doesn't stop this Alpha Beetle, and I can't stop that Alpha Beetle without Henry. Because Henry comes over here and throws the Alpha Beetle into another position where it hits. If Henry was one space forward, if I'd spawned them one space forward, I'd be able to throw the Alpha Beetle over me, but then they would still hit me. Right? And they would deal 4 damage to Henry, so I'm probably... Like, while I'm fine with taking damage on my mechs, and I don't really have too much of a problem with that, 4 damage in the first turn... probably going to make it really difficult to keep Henry alive while doing a lot of risky actions that I like to do, rather. The reason I can't just focus entirely on the backliners is because this mine bot is going to die if I don't do anything to the Alpha Crab. Yeah. I think I'm taking just 2 building damage here. I don't really know if I have much of a choice about that one, unfortunately. And I also can't even just go kill that Shell Scion, roughly. Defend. Come on, 28 defense. Why did none of my buildings defend? Stop freezing the Shell Scion! Game! You are making this way harder than it has to be. I think this might actually just end me. I can't do anything about the Shell Scion. Can I have Prospero leap over here? It's going to knock this Alpha Beetle into a better position for me to then zap through. But that's a zap that deals... This fucking Shell Scion. I'm actually mad now. Like, it's getting frozen every time. How do I kill it? Because I have to commit 2 actions to kill it, which means how do I protect my main objectives at that rate? So Prospero does nothing. I don't die. Actually, if Prospero leaps up, I knock the Alpha Leaper into a position where the Alpha Beetle will kill it. Yeah. Yeah, because of the attack order, the Alpha Leaper will die first. Before causing me many more headaches. The only person who can protect that Alpha, the mine bot right now is the Boulder Mech. Just pushing you out of position. That also... There was a better way to do that, wasn't there? If the Boulder Mech went up. Yeah. Let's reset for that, because if the Boulder Mech went up, Never mind. Can't do it. Haven't got the space to. If I could have put the boulder here and then pushed the Alpha Leaper down, the Firefly would deal a damage to the Alpha Leaper for me. Actually, it wouldn't deal any damage anyway. I was fine. Because it's armored, it wouldn't deal 1 damage anyway. It's harder to deal with this guy, so I'll start working him down. Okay, apparently that charge didn't kill. That's news to me. You have 3 HP, and that's the charge does 4 damage, doesn't it? Thank you for breaking the webbing. So Prospero can come up here and push the Alpha Leaper 1 space down. If I accept 3 damage from this Alpha Firefly, I can actually collect this, launch a rock right here to start denying this area from damage. The Shell Scion runs against the wall, takes 1 damage. Then the Alpha Beetle... No, but I'm going to kill the Alpha Beetle this turn anyway. So the Alpha Beetle isn't going to get killed at Shell Scion. Because probably Henry comes over here and then just attacks this whole group. So the way I'm thinking about it right now is what if Prospero comes over here, launches up to this space, knocks the Alpha Leaper down, right? So that's all how that goes, right? Then Camilla moves out to here, knocks this Alpha Firefly 1 space over. But then if I go and attack, I'm going to wake up this crab. And if I wanted to stand here to move you upwards, not only would I destroy my own space, but I would also... Like, the chain shouldn't go through the Alpha at this rate, it looks like. Oh, but what if I just had Camilla stand here? No, you take 3 damage to Henry, and then you'd take 3 damage to the Alpha Firefly, so you would die. That's not good. I also have the ability to permanently freeze you just by moving up here and then hooking you down, which is actually probably even better. Okay. Frozen. Still might as well prevent damage from being occurred to myself. Sure. So now I attack over here. Then I push you. Otherwise, that would have connected the Alpha Crab and unleashed the Alpha Crab from its prison. Yikes! Ha! You're gonna fire at one another. They actually both would deal damage. And one would kill. So we'll kill that unit. Then we've got Henry comes down here and goes for that shot. And I actually do want the Alpha to die more than I want anything else to die. So now Prospero comes over here, knocks the Alpha down. Alpha takes 1 damage. Now the Firefly fires first. The Alpha Firefly dies to it. And then I get more experience as a direct result. Whew! That mission was rough. All right, we picked up Archimedes, move again after shooting, and has +1 mech move. I mean, it's a good pilot to unlock. I just don't know if I use it with any of these. Like, it would be used for someone who gets in trouble and then gets away. That's not really how my units work. If they're in trouble, they kind of want to be there. I wonder if I break them out of ice by zapping. Almost certainly not, but it's worth having a look at. So we're probably just going to let the enemies break them out of ice. Delectable. Delightful. Delovely. Alright. You can leap away. It's fine. Huh, it would actually break them all out of ice. So let's not do that. Unfortunately, if I push you over and make the connection, then we'll screw our ice stuff up. So instead, Camilla is going to do this. 1 unit down. I think I need to start working on these as well. So while I'm gonna let you attack 2 buildings here, I'm also gonna deal some damage to you. Now I can boost this next to myself, right? Yeah, beautiful. It's gonna push you down. You'll protect that, but then you'll also take damage. All right. 2 buildings broken out of ice already. Beautiful. Ooh, that's 3 alphas on the screen at the same time. I'm not pleased by that. I can break 2 more buildings out of ice right now. While killing my enemies. And killing my enemies is my favorite thing. Sure. Oh, we didn't break them out of ice. That's rough. It's gonna harsh my buzz. I need those 2 buildings to be attacked now, please. Fine. 1. 2. Ah, 2 is fine. 2 is all of them. 2 is all of the necessary ones. There's nothing more necessary than 2. Unfortunately, in the attack order, the Alpha Beetle is I can probably set up my enemies to really attack one another for give them the old what for. So if you go here and then charge, and I move you one space, I can have them really roger one another. So it would be Alpha Hornet throw here, and now I need to situate the Alpha Beetle down here, which I can quite easily do, in fact. One down. You're there. And then you're there. And because of the attacking order, the Alpha Crab is going to do its thing first, break this spot, and then the Hornet breaks another spot. The Alpha Beetle attacks the Alpha Crab, does 2 damage to it, 3 damage to it, rather, pushes back one space. And then the Alpha Hornet does 2 damage to the Alpha Beetle. And then they're all within range of killing with a lightning mech, with just a particularly good lightning shot. And I've also broken 5 buildings out of ice at that rate. If only that didn't push. It had to be 2 more alphas, really? Okay. It's fine, actually. Those are frozen. That's not fine. So I can link these 3 and have them all die with just 1 push. Yeah, that's how we do it. Is there a way to link up these worlds? Maybe there's a way better turn here. Like linking all of the enemies. Because I was thinking I would just have Prospero come over here, push this Alpha Hornet down, and then it never attacks anything. This Alpha Hornet just breaks things out of ice and we're fine. You know what? I'm still just going to do that turn. Broke all 7 buildings out of ice. Check me. Let's Creek Peltus. Don't mind if I do. And another flawless mission. Don't mind if I do. Kill at least 7 enemies, protect the emergency batteries, or kill all enemies before they retreat and protect the coal plant. I think I'm going to go with kill at least 7 enemies. It just seems easier. All right, I have 3 reactor cores now. Why am I not? I may as well install the 3 here anyway, because I was planning on, like, even if Sidewinder gets subbed in, then I have to remove 1 from move. Ooh, I really don't want to do that. It's actually probably the end of my build right there. Woo, we have very few. Oh no, we have a lot of buildings here. No real good chains. Actually, let's look at the other map as well. This building has way better chain. Oh no. They're all frozen, right? Kill all enemies before they retreat. So I would have to free them and then kill them, which is a lot of actions. Yeah, we're gonna go with this mission. Yikes. I'm gonna have the boulder mech pretty up front and forward because I'm hoping the Alpha Leaper tries to leap on it and then just gets laughed at. Sure. Also good. Okay, so an ice storm is just gonna, yeah, freeze all of those at the start of the turn. So those two enemies are frozen already. It's an intriguing course of action, but it is a lot of damage to my own my own units. Maybe it's correct, though. Unfortunately, if I move you one down, you're actually just going to free the Alpha Hornet as soon as it gets damaged. And I can't push you up. I haven't got a space to stand where I can Hornets you up, unfortunately. So Henry is almost certainly just attacking the Shell Scion, and that also does some damage to the Alpha Hornet, just in case it ever gets freed. That's, I don't know, that seems actually quite useless, all things considered. You immediately freeing a building is probably not a great thing. I can actually just pull you one space over. Seems kind of lame, but lame is the name of the game right now. Ooh, I can actually push one space up and one space across. That's nice. That's a lot better for us. Just push him out of position a little bit more. I'm not actually going to block a spawn this turn. These two are going to be frozen, and so is one of my buildings, thankfully. So I'm pretty much just going to have to focus on killing everything else in order to achieve my kill at least 7 enemies. Ugh. Well, my problem now is how do I kill all of the enemies? If the enemies keep bloody murdering themselves. You're not making life easy on me, game. Well, they're not murdering themselves. They're... I probably don't need to make the correction there. So I can stand up here and fire down to kill that alpha crab without getting frozen. If I go over here, I can actually launch a rock there, move this alpha crab up, and then I can kill these two. Yeah, that's good. But my hook probably needs to come first, Prospero. Just gonna hook this crab way out of position. Okay. This is really unfortunate for the lightning mech, but it's the only way I could figure to get some kills that turn. Sure. This is all great, right? Yeah. Attack order. So you're gonna attack a building and then get it. So I'm going to want to kill this one. And then leap up. Oh no, but there's an ice block there. No, 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 no. Damn. Well, now I can actually just go over and push. So they're not going to be killing one another, but... Actually, hang on. You're not attacking this turn. So I don't even need to do this. But it's still fine to do it. And it also clears up a little bit more of the map for me. And even gets me in a better position. Beautiful. And now there's just one turn left, and most of the buildings are frozen. I only have to kill one unit here. Yeah, it's fine if I'm frozen, so... Undo that move. I'm just trying to kill as many elites here as possible. And frozen. Frozen mech can still use its repair skill to free itself from the ice, but otherwise can't do anything else. Break some buildings free, and we got all 8 dead. Kill these 7 enemies, protect the emergency battery. It's goo. We can probably quite easily deal with goo, in fact. Let's go for it. Just because the goo splits, and then we just kill it with the chain lightning, right? Someone stood there and made my chain for me. Beautiful. See attack order? Oh, not good. So I can come down here, take this shot. It won't actually kill the large goo, though. I come down here and take this shot. It kills the Shell Scion. It also deals 2 damage to the Alpha Beetle and 2 damage to the goo. Then I can have Prospero come over and land here. That will deal 1 damage to the goo by pushing the Alpha Beetle up. It also deals 1 damage to the Alpha Beetle. Really unfortunate. If the Alpha Firefly was acting first, I could just push the Alpha Firefly over and it would kill the Alpha Beetle for me. But without that, we're going to have a bit of difficulty. I can come over here and just pull the Alpha Beetle super far up. How do I benefit from pulling it super far up? I could also just pull the goo away. That doesn't seem like a productive option. How do I benefit from pulling the charger far away? Do I benefit, in fact, from pulling the charger far away? Like, after killing the goo, pushing an Alpha Beetle up seems like a good position. But the thing is, I'm not going to know when... Like, the goo is going to split, and I'm not going to know where the splits are going to go. So I won't know if that position is actually blocked. Maybe the Alpha Beetle can't really be prevented. Well, it can really be prevented. It's just maybe that's not the way to prevent it. I can also go over here and just throw the Alpha Beetle over. It does sacrifice a lot of our damage output by not chaining through a ridiculous amount of enemies. Full stop. Is the answer to that is full stop. It does sacrifice a lot of that. And I'd really like some early damage output, but if I can't swing it, I can't swing it. Come over here, throw you down. You would charge before the emerging, so you wouldn't actually prevent the block. You wouldn't block the spawn, rather. This isn't getting better the longer I stare at it. Another really good option is actually moving this large goo just one space up, and then it gets shot by the Alpha Firefly. And it doesn't even target the building anymore. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Did that wrong, didn't I? Yeah, because you'll move out of position, or you move out of position if I do the push here. I don't know if I really had a choice about that, though. Which opened up a shot. All right. Yeah, that was completely mismanaged. I wasn't even thinking about the effects of the push. So if you go over here and then launch a rock here, we can move the large goo over. And that attack's clear. It's just I don't really want to displace the Alpha Firefly if I can help it. But I've got to land there if I'm going to be pushing the Alpha Beetle up. And if I'm pushing the Alpha Beetle down, I'm going to be freeing up the position for the Alpha Firefly. So I'm not going to be killing the large goo this turn. Oh god, why? I fucked that up so badly. I didn't even think about killing the Alpha Scorp. I could have just killed the Alpha Beetle. Just could have killed him. Just could have murdered him dead. Gosh, I'm daft. Ugh, 2 alphas. Really? So you would actually move first, which means you would kill the Alpha Hornet. But unfortunately, I can't get the hook mech far enough to land on this side. I can't get you further up enough to pull. Garbage. I fucked up that first turn, and it's gonna ruin everything for me. I'm so mad at me. As soon as I realized that, I was like, oh, great. Great, I ruined it. I'm gonna lose some more grid defense, aren't I? Yeah, I can't even have both of these offset one another. Like, the best I can do is go here and then knock you down. The large goo devours a building and actually stands there. There's, like... So, knocking the Alpha Hornet out of position doesn't even kill. I would love to reset this battle. Or, if I was just a little bit more clever in the first turn, I would still have my reset available and I would have been able to use it to kill the beetle correctly. You'll have to forgive me if I'm a little tilted by this. Which I am. I thought this was going to be a cakewalk. One HP left on my mech. Fine. It's not fine. It's also not fine. I need to try and link all of these things up. If I can link them up, then I can get a lot of damage in. So, like, for example, moving this down to push you up is a good linkage. But then this Alpha Hornet still is alive after I take my shot. So I can push this crab up. And then Henry can move around and zap, 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 zap. But then this Alpha Firefly is still here. And so is this Alpha Hornet. And I'm not certain that there's any one action that the Boldermech can do. In fact, I'm certain there is no action that the Boldermech can do by itself that will take out both. Due to the attack order, this Alpha Beetle needs to die because no one else can kill it for me. Only you can let it in. I also have the option of pushing this across. And then I stand here, I fire upwards, and then I've still got the Alpha Crab and I've got the Alpha Hornet both targeting. Neither of those works. And at that rate, I don't even kill any extra goose, so I'm not going to perfect the final island. Due to the attack order, I can't use the Alpha Crab to kill this Alpha Firefly, unfortunately. Which is really rough, because that would be handy. That was just Phlox trying to activate. I really need to fix Phlox. It shouldn't be activating while I'm recording. I can also just throw a rock to push you out of position. I don't want to sacrifice a pilot or anything like that, but I'm not seeing how I do a perfect here without sacrificing a pilot. And even with sacrificing a pilot, I'm still not sure. Now, if you come over here and push the Alpha Firefly down, the Alpha Firefly will fire before the Alpha Hornet. So if the Alpha Firefly survives, it can deal 3 damage to this Hornet. So let's think about that. That is, Henry stands here, fires upwards, and kills the Alpha Beetle, and it does 1 damage to the Alpha Hornet. Then Prospero comes over here, does boosters to knock this Alpha Firefly down. This Alpha Hornet dies to the Firefly at the end of the turn. And then Camilla can literally just come and kill the Alpha Crab. Okay. Not getting many blobs done, but at least that blob is going to block this spec spawn as well as take 1 damage. Okay, we can ignore everything except for the blobs now. So I can kill you by throwing you. But I think the only way that I'm actually going to get a bunch of damage against all of them here is if I rock accelerate, and then this split puts 2 in good positions for me. No. That was never going to do it, unfortunately. Like, I can kill 1 more, but that's... Like... Oh, no, it's not. It's not maximum. Damn it. It needed to put 2 of the small goos next to one another, and then I could have done a kill. Unfortunately, because I don't know where they were going to split to, I couldn't have really planned that much around them. Like, I could kill 1 more small goo by killing my own lightning mech, but that's not a great idea. I was hoping that, like, these 2 would be next to one another, and then I would just come over here and then knock them into one another and deal lethal. That's really unfortunate. That's 4 islands, and I didn't manage to perfect the final one. And it was literally just that turn 1 that I screwed up. If I had that beetle dead, I would have been so much more further ahead of the curve. I would have been fine. That's really unfortunate. Another mech move. Eh. For Sam, all Vec take 1 extra damage from bumps and from blocking emerging Vec. I don't really use bumps a bunch. I don't really have anyone that I would want to hold that. Like, boosters are super interesting, like, powerful. Mechs use bonuses from Vex Ion is fine. Prime Spears, also kind of fine. See, if things are in a line, I'm just going to zap them instead, right? Alright. I probably want to give +1 health, +1 move to you. Well, look, we're not using Archimedes. We're not using the Sidewinder Fist. Give you +1 to move. I would give you 1 to health if I could. I can give more to your health. Sure. And we don't even have anywhere to do with the last reactor core. Which means I definitely shouldn't have taken reactor core, and I instead should have taken 3 to my power grid. But I'd forgotten that my reactor in the lightning mech is actually full. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Into the Breach. That has been 4 secured islands. We are going to go into the final mission with the Blitzkrieg squad in the next episode. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.